In fact, India is not the only one alarmed. America's Pacific Command Chief, Admiral Harry Harris, flagged off his country's concerns over China's ambitious trillion-dollar One Belt, One Road or OBOR. He told the Congress, and I quote, "One Belt, One Road is in fact much more than just an economic engine that China is undertaking. OBOR seeks to displace the United States and our friends and allies in the region in the Indo-Pacific region by China. It is a concerted, strategic endeavor by China to gain a foothold and displace the United States and our allies and partners in the region." These remarks last week were well timed. Australia's Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull will be in Washington on Wednesday to discuss, among others, a regional infrastructure scheme which would be an alternative to China's OBOR. The Australian Financial Review quoted a senior American official whose name was not disclosed as saying, and I'm quoting that, "China might build a port which on its own is not economically viable. We could make it economically viable by building a road or rail linking that port." A dialogue between the Quad or quadrilateral comprising Australia, Japan, India and the US is already underway, although at a nascent stage. Parallelly, India and Japan are working on the Asia-Africa growth corridor that has a canvas which rivals OBOR, stretching as it does from Japan to Southeast Asia, South Asia to East Africa. This initiative is also in its early stages, but India will be able to leverage Japan's considerable financial muscle to push projects in Africa and offer a counter to China. It's all work in progress. India was the first country, remember, to object to China's OBOR because it violated Indian sovereignty in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. India boycotted this project and its summit, the OBOR summit, in Beijing in May last year for that reason. India also cited the secrecy surrounding the project, the sustainability of those projects, and the fact that OBOR seemed entirely China-directed, designed to be win-win for China. What does it do? China's investments in infrastructure may develop regional trade, but it will increase demand only for Chinese professionals and technical services. It opens new markets, but only for Chinese goods. Chinese investments promote the use of its currency, the yuan, internationally. This is crucial to China's plans of holding a greater portion of global currency reserves. The growing opposition has not stopped China, though, from pushing ahead with OBOR. But as the Quad and other countries get their act together, OBOR could begin to stumble. Europe, for one, is already pushing back against China's attempt to dominate through this project. New laws will prevent Chinese companies from taking over European tech and finance majors. But Eastern Europe remains vulnerable to Chinese penetration.